put it in perspective.
Pac died in '96, and I don't even know if it's that serious. It's just a matter of the same thing with Kobe and Michael Jordan. One guy came after the other, but it was to the point where I didn't even realize he met Tupac, and he talked about that on the he talked about it on the Drink Champs on one. I think he was on Drink Champs twice, and definitely when he was on there, he was talking about how he seen Tupac in L.A. He was mad cool. But the OG lyrics to "Get at Me, Dog" are about Tupac. I remember hearing that back then. And I was like, "What the fuck is DMX?" And he was talking about the flight, and instead of he changed it from K Solo. I think either from K Solo, hey, that nigga K Solo could suck my dick.
Yeah.
Or he said, hey, that nigga Tupac could suck my dick. And he was talking about the flight or whatever it was. Supposedly, it was the time of the flight and the date of the flight that Tupac was flying into New York City.
Oh shit!
That was right. That was what that lyric was about.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if Def Jam really was comparing him to Tupac. But in my opinion, if you're a record label, you're not the creative, and you're just looking at it from the business standpoint, and you saw Tupac just died. You have a bald, tattooed, thug life kind of dude on your label who's possibly going to be a superstar. They have so many comparisons: the bald, aggressive, lost soul, passion. You hit it on the nose with shed so many tears. They had this lost soul, just the other side to a person where you're dark and you're lost and you're down.
Yeah.
The down and out spirit of a human being. Yeah. They embodied that. And DMX reminded us of that. Tupac kind of left that, or he planted that flag in rap. It was there before, maybe, where I wish I was a little bit taller or whatever other records that you had.
Skilo.
But Pac kind of like he did it for the dude from anywhere in the country, especially a black person, right? Who was just feeling down and just feeling out. And he had that with Shed So Many Tears. I forget, just you hit that right on the nose. And DMX had 2 or 3 anthems that were just like that, with Slipping and Let Me Fly. So that bipolar, even on Get At Me, Dog, it was a little just that type of person. What do you feel like? Did we fall for a gimmick? Did we fall for like the promotion of the company? Or
listen, I never, like, of course the comparisons are easy visually because they're both bald headed, like you said, tattoos. But yo, X was just being X. And yo, motherfuckers just sniffed that out. Like, all right, this dude being a photocopy, a carbon copy of Pac. Nah, X had his own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he spoke from his perspective. It wasn't from anyone else. He wasn't trying to copy anyone else. He was a dude from Yonkers. You know what I mean? Coming up in the hood, stick up kid, ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? He came up in the ranks, hustling, grinding. Like, that was his perspective. Like, he was just being true to himself. I never got that from him, that he was trying to be another Pac. I mean, yeah, to people, they probably seen that visual, like, oh, he's boy too, like, he got that passionate drive, he trying to get. Nah, man, X had his own thing, man. I mean, of course, and then the other comparison, he started acting, that Belly, Cradle to the Grave, Exit Wounds, all those other movies that came out after that. But man, X was just a star. He was just a natural born star. It was just raw, same way Pac was. Like, there's certain talent you just can't, you ain't gonna be able to hold down. And when X came out and he came into the game, it was just like he was a force. There was no stopping that. There was no stopping that. I just think that he just organically, he was just naturally gifted. Like, he was just had that it quality about him, and he resonated with so many people the same way Pac did. So those comparisons are always gonna come up. But as far as music wise, I just think with two separate entities, man. So yeah, I never took it that way.
I mean, I have a whole other opinion about I think Tupac is you would have to take 3 or 4 or 5 artists to come and combine them to even create a Tupac, in my opinion. That guy was 25 years old and he died. DMX was 26, 27 when he blew up. But I do think Def Jam definitely
Banked on
saw,
it.
yeah, they saw Baldhead, Bandana, Thug Dude. They saw that and because they didn't, it was 97, 98, then they were starting to push him. Like it was just pushed after Pac was dead. It was
Yeah.
way too coincidental. He was signed to
Yeah.
Def Jam at the same time DMX was that Pac was out. You know, and it's not like they didn't know about the Interscope relationship. You know, we could get into that. We're gonna get into a deep dive about that too, about Interscope and Universal and
Universal. They're the same damn
right.
shit.
Universal made money off Death Row and Bad Boy.
Yeah.
And it's like that. I don't want to. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is so hard to even say. I wouldn't want to just leave it like that because DMX was not Kobe Bryant where he saw Michael Jordan now. He wanted to be like him. No,
Exactly.
DMX.
Yeah.
You know, especially being from New York, is like Tupac did not seem like a New Yorker. DMX was definitely a New Yorker.
Even though Pac's first rap name was MC New York.
Right. Right. But it wasn't what DMX felt like a New Yorker and
Yeah.
it was, but you definitely the comparison was obvious. And then, you know, Tupac is probably the most influential rapper of all time.
Yes.
And he paved that the way for that and it paved the path for DMX. I'm not sure if Tupac didn't exist. If he did not exist, I'm not sure if a DMX would have been as successful. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a cause and effect.
Sure.
There's a cause and effect. I mean, that's Pac's influence, and we're gonna definitely get into that. I mean, that could be said about a lot of artists. I mean, like, is there a Kobe Bryant if there's no Jordan? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cause and effect. Like, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are here, and then there's the after that dude. Like, what comes after that? Like, the effect they have on the game and the influence they have on the game. Like, what happens if you take that person out, that influential figure out of the picture? Do we even have these artists or these athletes? Like you don't know. I mean, but man, Pac his influence is heavy. It's heavy, man. Definitely the most influential rapper.
And I don't know if DMX influenced half as many rappers as Tupac.
Nah, not at all.
I don't think so. And I just think either A, DMX was that original that he couldn't be copied, or B, he was just a part of that path. But he still, when you listen to his songs, it's not like he reminds you of Tupac, but
No.
With the songs, like you wouldn't, but they kind of do. It's in the same realm of
with the passion and the realness.
Yeah, authenticity. I think he was more unapologetic and more authentic than Tupac. Actually,
yes.
Yeah. DMX and ODB might be the most authentic rappers of all time. I don't think there are
that's
more.
A good point.
I mean, they were both drugged up. It seems like from it's documented, people have spoken about it. Drugs play a factor, but I don't think anyone is more authentic than those two, especially in street rap culture.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
It's a good point.
I just don't. But that was a minor beef. Like I remember hearing the OG lyrics to "Get at Me, Dog" at that time, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he was like the East West shit was really real. Like that's how stupid we were in 96, 97 that we created that dumbass. We tried to follow that dumbass beef. But speaking of beef,
put it in perspective.